Have you ever felt a sudden chill on a warm day, or a wave of unease for absolutely no reason? What if these weren't just random feelings, but urgent messages from your own soul? The renowned spiritual teacher Sylvia Browne warned that if you feel this specific thing today, it is a critical signal you cannot afford to ignore. Your spirit is trying to alert you to something looming on the horizon, and by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what it means and what you need to do about it before it's too late. We live in a world that constantly teaches us to rationalize, to dismiss, and to ignore the subtle whispers of our own intuition. We are told that a gut feeling is just indigestion, that a sudden drop in mood is just a bad day, and that a mysterious chill is just a draft from an open window. We have been trained to seek answers outside of ourselves, in logic and tangible proof, while systematically silencing the most ancient and reliable guidance system we possess, the voice of our own spirit. This internal disconnect is not just a modern inconvenience. It is a spiritual crisis that leaves us vulnerable and lost, stumbling through life without access to the profound wisdom meant to guide and protect us. Sylvia Browne, with her decades of work as a spiritual medium and author, consistently delivered one powerful foundational truth. Your physical body is the primary, most direct messenger for your spirit. It is the antenna that picks up on energies, shifts, and truths that your conscious mind has not yet grasped. Every sensation, every unexplained emotion, every physiological reaction that seems to come out of nowhere is a piece of coded data from your higher self. It is a signal trying to cut through the noise of everyday life to deliver a message of caution, confirmation, or crucial guidance about the path you are on. Today, we are going to decode one of the most powerful and commonly misunderstood signals your spirit can send. This is not about superstition or fear-mongering. It is about understanding the sophisticated language of your own soul. The sensation we will explore is a specific, profound, and often unsettling feeling that, when recognized, can serve as an early warning system, giving you the chance to alter your course, protect your energy, or brace for a significant shift that is coming your way. Ignoring it, as Browne cautioned, is like turning off the alarm while the house is still filling with smoke. So if you're ready to finally understand what your spirit has been desperately trying to tell you, to move from a state of confusion to one of clarity and empowerment, then you need to listen very carefully. The feeling you might have dismissed just today, or perhaps one you have been carrying for a while, is about to make perfect, life-changing sense. This is the moment you stop ignoring the whispers so you never have to hear the crash. Have you ever been going about your day, everything seeming perfectly normal, when out of nowhere you're hit by a powerful, gripping wave of restlessness? This isn't the simple boredom of a slow afternoon or the mild impatience of waiting in a line. This is a profound, soul-deep agitation that makes it impossible to sit still, that ties your stomach into knots and sets your mind racing for a reason that simply isn't there. Your logical brain scrambles for a cause. Did I forget a deadline? Is someone angry with me, but finds nothing concrete to pin this feeling on? This, according to Sylvia Browne's teachings, is one of the spirit's most fundamental alert signals, a psychic tremor indicating that your life's energy is on a collision course with something unforeseen. It is your soul's way of screaming that the current trajectory you are on, whether in a relationship, a job, or a personal endeavor, is leading you towards a significant disruption or challenge that your conscious mind has not yet registered. This specific type of unease is so powerful because it operates on a level that transcends our linear understanding of time and consequence. Your spirit is not bound by the past, present, and future in the same way your waking mind is. It perceives the energetic ripples of events that are still forming, of decisions made by others that will soon impact you, or of karmic cycles coming to a head. When you feel this sudden, unexplained anxiety, it is often because your spiritual self has detected these shifting tides. It is akin to a deer sensing a distant forest fire long before the smoke ever reaches the meadow. The deer doesn't see the flames, but it feels the shift in the wind, the subtle change in the behavior of other animals, and an primal instinct tells it to flee. Your spirit is granting you that same primal advanced warning, urging you to pause and reassess your surroundings. Many of us make the critical mistake of trying to suppress this feeling. We reach for our phones to distract ourselves, we turn on the television to drown out the internal noise, or we even dismiss it as an irrational anxiety attack that needs to be medicated away into silence. In doing so, we are not just ignoring a bad mood, we are actively disconnecting the wires of our own internal security system. Sylvia Browne emphasized that the body is the messenger, and when the message is a restless, agitated energy, it is a direct command to become hyper-aware. This is not a time for passive living, it is a time for vigilant observation of the people you interact with, the opportunities that present themselves, and the subtle signs the universe is placing in your path. So what should you do when this wave hits you? The first and most crucial step is to stop and acknowledge it. Do not fight it or run from it. Sit with the feeling, even if it is uncomfortable. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and silently ask your spirit, "What are you trying to show me?" You don't need to hear a clear verbal answer. Instead, pay attention to the images, memories, or names that spontaneously flash in your mind. Often, the source of the coming disturbance is hidden within those fleeting thoughts. This feeling is a spiritual alarm bell, and the first step is to stop and identify which door is being jarred open before it is kicked off its hinges. Ultimately, this unexplained restlessness is a gift of time. It is a buffer zone granted by your higher self to prepare, to make different choices, or to fortify your emotional and spiritual defenses. It might be alerting you to a betrayal in its early stages, a financial setback that is still avoidable, or a health issue that is just beginning to manifest energetically. By heeding this signal, you move from being a passive victim of your circumstances to an active participant in your destiny. You are using the advanced intelligence provided by your own soul to navigate away from danger and toward a path of greater alignment and safety. Now let's talk about a sensation that is perhaps even more distinct and physically jarring: the sudden, unexplained chill. This is not about feeling cold because the air conditioning is too high or you are underdressed for the weather. This is a specific, piercing cold that seems to originate from within your very core, racing up your spine or washing over your entire body in a single, unmistakable wave, often leaving the hairs on your arms standing on end. In that moment, the temperature of the room has not changed, but your entire energetic reality has. Sylvia Browne frequently described this phenomenon as one of the clearest signs of a spiritual presence, or a powerful psychic download. It represents a thinning of the veil between our physical world and the spiritual realm, a moment where a profound truth or a warning is being delivered directly into your energetic field. This chilling sensation has been reported across virtually every culture and spiritual tradition in history, often referred to as someone walking over your grave or a sign of a ghostly presence. While the interpretations vary, the core experience remains the same: a sudden, localized drop in temperature that carries a message. Browne's interpretation moves beyond simple superstition, explaining that this chill occurs because your spirit is making direct contact with a different, higher vibrational energy. When a guiding spirit, a departed loved one, or your own higher self needs to get a message through the dense static of physical life, it often uses this physical sensation as a doorbell. It is a direct, undeniable signal that something beyond your ordinary perception is happening, and it demands your immediate attention. The context in which you feel this chill is the key to decoding its message. If you are in the middle of a deep, meaningful conversation and you feel it, it is likely a powerful confirmation of truth, a spiritual yes to the words being spoken. If you feel it while thinking of a specific person, it is a strong indication that your connection to them is currently active on an energetic level. They are thinking of you, or there is an unresolved issue between your souls that needs addressing. However, if this chill comes over you in a new environment or for no apparent reason, it can be a warning. Your spirit may be sensing a deceptive energy, a person with ill intent, or a situation that carries a hidden spiritual danger that your logical mind has not yet identified. It is vital in these moments to not succumb to fear. The chill itself is neutral. It is the context that gives it positive or negative meaning. Fear will only cloud your intuition and shut down the very channel that is trying to communicate with you. Instead, the moment you feel it, become still. Acknowledge it mentally. You can even say silently, "I feel you. I'm listening." Then pay close attention to the very next thought that enters your mind, or the first image that appears behind your eyes. This is often the core of the message. It could be a memory that holds a lesson for your current situation, a name you need to remember, or a sudden knowing about a decision you have been struggling to make. By understanding this phenomenon, you transform a potentially frightening experience into a profound tool for spiritual communication. That sudden chill is no longer just a mysterious quirk of the body. It is a direct hotline to your guides and your own higher wisdom. It is a moment of grace offering guidance, confirmation, or protection. When you learn to recognize and interpret it, you begin to walk through life with a constant, silent companion, one that is always ready to send you a sign, to guide your steps, and to remind you that you are never, ever alone on this journey. The third and perhaps most deceptive signal is a sudden, drastic shift in your emotional state. One moment you are feeling perfectly fine, balanced, and at peace, and the next, you are plunged into a deep sadness, a simmering anger, or an overwhelming sense of dread that seems to have no origin within your own life or thoughts. You search your mind for a reason. What just went wrong? What bad news did I remember? And you find nothing. This, Sylvia Browne taught, is often not your emotion at all. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and as such, you are also a powerful, energetic sponge, constantly absorbing the feelings and energies of the people around you, sometimes even from people miles away. We are all connected through what Browne and many other mystics refer to as the astral plane, or a collective energy field. When you have a strong emotional or psychic bond with someone, be it a family member, a romantic partner, or a close friend, your energies are in constant, silent communication. If that person suddenly undergoes a trauma, receives devastating news, or is consumed by a fit of rage, the shockwave of that emotion can travel across this energetic web and land in your own emotional field with the force of a tidal wave. You are suddenly carrying a weight that is not yours to bear, crying tears for a sorrow you did not cause, and your spirit is using your body and your mood as the instrument to deliver this message. This is especially common among highly sensitive people, empaths, and those who have a natural inclination to care for others. Your spiritual antenna is simply more fine-tuned and receptive, making you more vulnerable to these energetic downloads. The danger here is twofold. First, you waste precious time and emotional energy trying to diagnose and solve a problem that does not exist within your own psyche, leading to confusion and self-doubt. Second, and more importantly, by carrying this foreign energy, you lower your own vibrational frequency, making you more susceptible to illness, bad luck, and poor decision-making, because you are no longer operating from your own core truth and power. The moment you recognize this abrupt, unprovoked mood swing, you must perform an immediate energetic audit. Stop and ask yourself, did anything in my reality just change to justify this feeling? If the answer is no, the next question is vital. Who does this feeling belong to? Think of the people you are closely connected to. A name or a face will often flash into your awareness. Once you identify the potential source, the power returns to you. You can consciously, mentally, or aloud state, I release any and all energies that are not my own. I return this emotion to its sender with love and light. Visualize the heavy energy leaving your body, dissolving into light. Mastering this recognition is a profound act of spiritual hygiene and self-preservation. It allows you to maintain your emotional clarity and personal power, preventing you from being knocked off your center by the psychic turbulence of others. Your spirit sends this signal of a sudden mood change not to punish you, but to make you aware of the suffering of a loved one, or to warn you that you are in the presence of a toxic person whose energy is actively draining you. It is a call to establish healthier boundaries, to practice shielding techniques, and to remember that compassion does not mean you have to carry another person's pain in your own body. Your spirit is trying to protect your most sacred space, your own inner world. What we have explored today are not mere coincidences or random neurological glitches. They are the sophisticated, urgent language of your soul, speaking to you through the only medium it has direct access to, your physical vessel. Sylvia Browne's profound insight that the body is the spirit's first messenger reframes our entire existence, turning every unexplained sensation from a mystery into a meaningful dialogue. The sudden restlessness, the piercing chill, the foreign shift in mood, these are the spiritual equivalents of flashing red lights on your life's dashboard. To ignore them is to drive forward with a blinded fold on, wondering why you keep crashing into the same obstacles, the same heartbreaks, the same patterns of misfortune that your spirit tried so desperately to help you avoid. When you begin to see your life through this lens, you step into a new role, that of the conscious, empowered co-creator of your destiny. You are no longer a leaf blown by the wind of random chance, but a skilled sailor who can read the subtle shifts in the wind and the currents long before the storm appears on the horizon. This awareness is the ultimate form of spiritual empowerment. It gives you back your agency, your time, and your peace. The buffer zone between the signal and the event is a sacred space where you can exercise your free will to change course, to protect your heart, to fortify your mind, and to align with a higher, safer frequency before the lower, disruptive one ever has a chance to manifest in your physical reality. Integrating this knowledge requires a fundamental shift in your daily awareness. It asks you to become a gentle observer of your own inner landscape, to pause throughout the day and simply check in with the sensations of your body and the quality of your emotions without immediate judgment or dismissal. This practice of mindful introspection is how you fine-tune your receiver, strengthening the connection to your intuitive self until recognizing these signals becomes as natural as noticing a change in the weather. It is a commitment to trusting yourself implicitly, to valuing the whispers of your spirit as much as you value the shouted opinions of the outside world. Remember, the universe and your higher self are always conspiring in your favor, even when the messages feel unsettling. These alerts are not sent to punish or frighten you. They are sent out of a profound, unconditional love for your journey and your well-being. They are the safety nets and the guiding stars woven into the very fabric of your being. By honoring these signals, you are not just avoiding potential pitfalls. You are actively affirming your readiness to live a life of deeper alignment, greater synchronicity, and profound spiritual partnership. You are telling the universe that you are listening, that you are ready, and that you are worthy of its guidance. So the next time that inexplicable wave of unease washes over you, or that mysterious chill runs down your spine, or your mood plummets without cause, do not fear it. Thank it. Pause and acknowledge the messenger. You now hold the key to decipher its code. You now understand that your spirit is not a silent observer, but an active, passionate participant in your life, using every tool at its disposal to navigate you toward your highest good and away from unseen harm. This is your birthright, to be guided, protected, and loved by the most eternal part of who you are. If this revelation has opened your eyes to the silent language of your soul, then you cannot stop here. Your journey into deeper spiritual understanding has just begun. Subscribe to the channel now, because we will continue to decode these mysteries together, providing you with the tools to live a life of unparalleled intuition and purpose. Don't let this message fade. Hit the like button if this resonated with you, and share your own experiences with these spiritual signals in the comments below. Your awakening is our mission.